And here we go, we got our first crew of the day coming in as the ladies are making their approach onto the ramp. But welcome back, crew, to the greatest show on earth, and that is the Miami Boat Ramps channel. I'm your host, Broncos Guru, and today we are down here visiting 79th Street. So the ladies are making their approach, and let's see how they wind up faring on this one. So we got fenders out, so they're at least more prepped than most we see come down here. They are definitely taking that golden rule into effect on this one as they are approaching very slowly to the dock. So our crew looks... So Cab's trying to get them ready. We've got fenders out on both sides, so it didn't really matter which dock she picked. But Cap looks like she's up there adjusting lines instead of having one of her crew do it, which probably should have been the method she should have chose. And if you're wondering who Cap is, Cap's the one wearing the official captain's hat. So, just so we all can know who is in charge on the vessel. So it looks like they're switching lines around, like maybe they originally thought they were going to go in for a starboard side dock, and obviously now we're looking at a port side. But I don't know why Cap didn't have the other girls do it. So here we go, Cap heads back toward the helm to start to make her final approach. So they're kind of hanging out just off the dock here. I mean, they're pretty darn close. And our girl winds up with an oar to push them off, to try and keep them from rubbing against the dock. So the girl up front's going for the line toss, misses on the first attempt. Second attempt's no good as well, it looks like. Maybe she got it around and I missed it. Yep, okay, she's pulling over now as they'll bounce off the dock. But what I really still don't understand is we've got Cap leaving the helm again, going after lines with two other girls on the boat. All she's got to do is give a little instruction and be like, come on, ladies, go ahead, grab these lines, flip them over, and they should be good to roll. But nope, Cap's going to take care of it herself. I guess if you want something done right, you do it yourself, right? Just so then you don't have to mess with it and having to redo it again later. And Cap can't quite reach there. There we go. Goes for the stretch, gets it around, and brings it back. Now, what I'm curious about, I didn't see them launch earlier, but I'm guessing Cap's going to be the one bringing the truck and trailer back down to try and get this thing loaded up onto the trailer. She tries to flip the fender out. It's sitting a little too high now. But overall, I can't say much. I mean, honestly, the ladies have done better than most we see down here at the boat ramp. As you guys have witnessed if you've been around this channel long enough, that they made it in, they took it easy, things went their way. Now comes the fun part, backing this trailer down and trying to get this thing loaded onto the trailer. Now, after several minutes, the ladies are back at it, as Cap, it appears, has went and got the vehicle, and she's going to try and back this trailer down and see if we can get this pontoon loaded. So let's see how she does. And she's starting off at a little bit of a funky angle right here. She didn't get the trailer straight before she started backing up, but actually she quickly realizes it, starts pulling forward like, yeah, let me get this a little straighter to try and give myself a better shot. And the trailer's starting to turn, but so is she. Cap might have this one. We get a little 79th Street wobble action, but right now looks pretty solid as she's trying to get this back down. So going back and forth, trying to keep the trailer in the lane she wants. She's got somebody creeping in on her there on her left-hand side. She pulls forward again to try and get it straightened out a little bit. And back into reverse we go, as she's going to try and bring it back down. Overall, I've got to give her some props here again. We've seen a lot worse on this channel And our girl appears to know just what she's doing as she's bringing this thing back to try and get it set up. I mean, she's going to wind up landing it on her first try, really, with just a couple forward pulls to kind of straighten it out. I mean, and you can see the truck. Look at the truck beside her. with that trailer over there, a massive 79th Street wobble going on as he's trying to get that one back around. And even though he's moving a little faster, she was a little smoother on the steering. And even they have to wind up pulling forward. And there we go, she's out and gonna try loading this. So, making her walk from the car. Down to the boat. And she's pulling the lines off, but I don't see the ladies getting off. Typically on something like this, you usually see just the captain do it by themselves, but apparently the ladies are going to come for the ride on this one as she tries to get it onto the trailer. Nothing wrong with that, I guess, but they probably could be a little more assistance off the boat. And I guess Captain is having to back this one up. They had the boat too far forward, it looks like. Yep. She's got to bring that trailer further back. And in order to do so, had to move the boat. So she starts jogging back toward the car. I guess we're just going to try backing this one up a little bit further. Try and get a little water under the bunks. It definitely doesn't take much with these trailers. I mean, you really are using these bunks more of a guide as anything, so you don't want them to be too deep. Really, you just want to back it up just enough where you can use those bunks just to be able to slide the boat on, and you really just want the bunks just to hold you steady. But again, I'm still surprised she's got her crew on the boat. I still think they'd be more help down there. But again, we go back to how this all started. She was the one moving the lines and the fenders. Maybe the crew's not much help. I don't know. So she's got her about right now. She comes over to kind of double check. I mean, again, doing better than most. Most of us would be like, all right, just walking back to the boat. But she's looking to make sure it's exactly where she wants it to be. And apparently, it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know. For a second there, I thought she was getting back in the car. And I guess here we go now. We should be getting that load attempt. So dropping lines, ready to go. I'm curious if she's going to power it on or try and walk it up. And she's getting on board. We're going to go for the power on. Oh no, they just drug the engine, they didn't trim it up, and wound up dragging the skeg as they came up the ramp. Oh man, that stinks. So now he's trimming it up a little bit now, but the damage, if any damage, was already done. It's funny though, I think he was a little distracted, probably with the same thing I've been focusing on over here, because I was watching them get their boat loaded and they were more interested in what the ladies were doing on the pontoon as well. And now that one shows as to why he's wound up in this situation. But they get it trimmed up and he's going to be able to pull out of here. And let's go back to the same distraction he was distracted by, as we're going to go back to the ladies as Kat, here we go, she's moving and going to try and load it. Let's see if she can nail this one on the first attempt and really put this one to bed today, because she's done such an amazing job so far. So coming in And no! Oh, no, no, no. They wind up hitting the trailer and it smacks. The girl in the front trying to be the armchair captain, like, hey, turn the wheel. And now she's reversing back off. Our girl up front's like, no, come forward. She's gonna hit the dock. And right there, we've backed into the dock. So she's trying to, okay, there we go. I was like, you're gonna have to get this one pulled off the dock. She had the wheel turned all the way to the right. And I'm like, if you're going forward, it's not really gonna do much besides keep you pinned into the dock. So she's backing out, gonna try and line it up one more time. And there we go, she gives it a little gas. Starts getting a little squirrely with the wheel, though. Oh, I think she's missed again. Her girl's trying to tell her to go the other way with the wheel. And her other friend's gonna pitch in here. She grabs the oar to push the pontoon off of the dock and help her get it lined up. And there we go. Heavy throttle smacks the front, but she's on. So it did take, I guess, 3 attempts, but the reality is she got it on, and overall they looked pretty solid. I wonder what the towing capacity of this car is, because that back wheel does not look so hot sitting here as the weight of this is propped on, and that wheel kind of feels like it's popping out now. But overall, the cap gets it done, gets it loaded, and these ladies should be good to roll. And speaking of good to roll, we're going to go ahead and roll out of here as well. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, does some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats versus Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.